everyone, it's Deb here with my week 9 bump date, talking about week 8. Um, so I'm 9 weeks today, um, and um, week 8 was pretty eventful. So it started off with on Monday, so it's 8 weeks, one day. In the morning, I had some black discharge, which is really TMI. It was even TMI when it happened for me. Um, so I got nervous, but like I was just kind of like, okay, what could this be? And my only fear was that I had heard rumors, like I had heard of this mucus plug thing. I don't know when it develops, and I don't know if I have one now. But I was like, I guess it could be that, or it could be a sign of infection. But it wasn't bloody, so like red blood. So I knew I wasn't. I didn't think it was like a sign of miscarriage or anything. Um, but I called my doctor's office, and they sent me to a nurse, and then the nurse said, "Let me talk to the doctor." And the doctor came back and was like, "It's probably nothing. It's probably old blood." Um, but for peace of mind, we can do an ultrasound. And I was like, yes, please, that option. So, if nothing else, it was just like an excuse to get to see the baby again, and make sure everything was okay, because going from the first ultrasound to 11 weeks without, ugh, it's hard. I know some of you are going through it right now. So I was like, secretly kind of relieved that it happened, but hoping that everything was okay. And I think in the back of my mind, I knew everything was going to be okay because it only happened that one time, and I'm on progesterone, so which can cause spotting, but I haven't had any spotting. So I guess in my mind, I was like, okay, well, I have been spotting, it just hasn't been coming out, and now it's old blood, or from the first ultrasound, or from the embryo transfer, even maybe. So I wasn't too concerned after I talked to the doctor, or the nurse who talked to the doctor. So that was scheduled for Thursday morning, right before our first prenatal appointment, where we met with the intake nurse, basically, and just went over a bunch of stuff, but I'll get to that. So in general, my symptoms over the past week, my stomach has gotten better and better and better. I still get waves of nausea. Really rare though, and my stomach upset is still there, but oh my God, it's so much better. I could eat pretty much whatever I want. If it's not too spicy, doesn't have garlic, then it's good to go. So I've been having salads, and I had a couple cravings for egg salad, and which was kind of random. Um, so I've been feeling much better about that. The fatigue is still intense. I took a 2-hour nap yesterday. I could barely walk. Like I thought I was going to fall asleep standing up. I was so tired. It's really incredible how tired you get. My breasts are still sore. Well, they're full and heavy, and the soreness comes and goes. Like I thought I was doing great, and then last night, every time I moved, it was like not sore. It was like sharp, kind of burning pain. Which, if that sounds horrible, it is. So as my boobs are getting bigger, of course my bras are feeling smaller and smaller, and the different bras like my breasts have different reactions to them. Like they get like shooting pains sometimes, or whatever. Not comfortable. So I'm on the hunt for new bras. I just don't have, like, literally don't have the energy to go into the store and try on bras, especially because I don't even want to know what size I am. Some disgusting, huge size. So I'm avoiding it as much as I can and just wearing sports bras. But eventually, I mean, pretty soon here, I'm going to have to go and buy just a few new bras so that I can get through the day without shooting pains. So, um, Yes, sports bras are I have like notes. Sports bras are my best friends. Is what I wrote down. So something that I forgot to mention in my last update was thirst. I am so thirsty. Like literally, I have to be drinking. I feel like every minute of every day to stay hydrated. Um, like yesterday, we went out for lunch, and I had like 5 glasses of water. That every time the waitress walked by, I was like, "Can I get some more water? Can I get some more water?" It was crazy, and usually I just have a water bottle with me, so I'm not really paying attention to how much water I'm drinking. I'm just drinking all the time. But I usually maybe get a refill usually when you go to lunch. So it was just like it really stood out to me as like, oh wow, I am really drinking a lot of fluids. And I guess that's because of blood volume increase with the baby, and also you're filling up the amniotic sac. So you just need a lot of fluids at this stage. I don't know, maybe all throughout the whole pregnancy. I have no idea. Um, but anyway, I'm really thirsty all the time. And if I don't keep up with it, constipation, terrible. But I think what affects me more is that I get sick. Like my stomach upset gets worse if I'm thirsty. What else? So on my list, I found out on Thursday, we went to our ultrasound and everything looks good. We got to see the heartbeat again, and it's crazy how much she's grown. I actually forgot to look this up, but if the yolk sac stays the same in our first ultrasound, which was at like 6.5 weeks, the yolk sac was like this and baby was like this. And this time the yolk sac was like this and baby was like this. So if the yolk sac is actually staying the same, then baby's grown. It's like a nice comparison to see how much baby has actually grown. Um, and I don't know, they looked at a bunch of other stuff and everything looked good. So that was really exciting. And also, I think with the first one, I was just like, please have a heartbeat, please have a heartbeat. And once we saw the heartbeat, I was just like in relief mode. And this was just fun. Like, I got to see my daughter, which was like awesome. And like, I felt love and pride and excitement. I already love her so much, and she's just a little bean. I guess she's the size of a walnut now in my belly. So then after the ultrasound, um, we had our appointment, and in our appointment, we found out that we kind of went over the do's and don'ts of pregnancy, and one of them was that I can't highlight my hair until after my first trimester, which is probably like super precautionary because it doesn't actually really touch your scalp, but you do breathe in the fumes from it. And I just, we worked really hard to get this little girl, and I don't want to do anything to jeopardize her health, especially something as silly and vain and unnecessary as dyeing my hair. However, I am a little vain, and I do like to dye my hair, and I have grays coming through, which is so unfortunate. But just 3 more weeks, and then I can get my hair colored again. So I know that's so silly, but it's and it's such a small sacrifice for her, and I don't mind giving it up. But there's a part of me that just, and luckily it's hat season. It's getting cold in Maine, so I can just wear hats all the time. So anyway, moving on. What else? I my blood pressure is still an issue, so I'm just monitoring that, but it hasn't gone up at all, so that's good. I think I mentioned that in my last video, but just keeping an eye on that and trying to reduce my salt. And now that I'm starting to feel better, I get some exercise. Like I went for a nice walk yesterday. I'm going to go for another one today and do some yoga to try to get back on track here. Lastly, like, I think it's really interesting because obviously I'm so happy we're pregnant, and like we worked so hard to get here, and it's just amazing that we're here. I still feel some fear, like, oh wow, it's real, like this is happening. And oh my God, I actually am going to be a mom, and that's hopefully, if all works out. I don't want to jinx myself, but it's feeling more and more that way. Only 3 weeks to go. So there's some fear there, and excitement, but some fear. And also, it's been really hard. Like, I'm so tired, and I'm working, and I'm not even working full time, but it's still so hard. So, you ladies out there who are working full time through your pregnancy, props to you. I'm so impressed because it's so hard. I'm so tired, and I was so sick. Ugh, I hated life. I mean, I was so happy to be pregnant, but I felt so miserable. So I was talking to my mom, and I was like, who's the only person I feel like I can truly complain about this with. My sister too, but I just, like, we worked so hard and I wanted this so badly. I feel kind of weird complaining. And my mom, she said, I know that you're sick, and I know that you're uncomfortable, and I know that you hate working and that you want to quit your job. But just remember a year ago, all you wanted. So I was trying to finish my PhD. I was trying to get pregnant. We were going through IVF. It was so hard, and all I wanted was to be pregnant and working part-time at a job, and here I am, pregnant, working part-time at a job, and it was such a little bit of a perspective, like a little bit of a smack in the face, like, this is what I wanted, and I think now that I'm starting to feel less sick, I'll actually enjoy working a little bit more again, um, and life is really good, and I know there's so many women out there who are still fighting the good fight, and it's all worth it. And I don't feel like I have the right to complain. It's just hard. I knew pregnancy was going to be intense. I'm not really sure what I thought pregnancy was going to be, but I did not know it was going to be this hard. I didn't know that the fatigue was going to be that intense, and I did not know that even though people tell you, there's no way to prepare for that. And the sickness, I thought it was going to be like nausea, where I would just like feel sick, throw up, and then be okay. But it was like so different. And of course, it's different for every woman, and every pregnancy is different. So, which everyone tells you, but you just, until you're in it, I think you just are like, whatever, I just want to be there. I just want to be there. And then when you're living it, you're like, oh, I see. This is really hard. And it should be hard because you're growing a human being, and that's amazing. That concept makes me cry. That's just awesome. Totally awesome. So I am starting off week 9 feeling positive and happy, and with a new perspective of, this is where I want to be, and these are my choices that are making me happy, like to work, really. I mean, the pregnancy, obviously, but mostly that I wanted to work. I don't want to be hanging around the house all day. And also the money, that helps. Saving money for baby time. Okay, so what I miss. Again, I don't miss anything. Even as I'm feeling better, alcohol still turns my stomach. Yeah. I miss having energy still. And I'm starting to feel better, so that's great. But I miss like waking up with like a pep in my step, because that's not in my life anymore. What I'm looking forward to. Well, we had our ultrasound, so our next ultrasound isn't for 2 weeks, which I'm definitely looking forward to because it'll be external. It'll be our first external ultrasound of baby. I am so looking forward to that 12-week mark. Oh my God, to relax and tell everyone, which I mentioned last time. And, God, I'm really looking forward to meeting her. I'm so curious as to what she's going to be. What she's going to look like, what her little personality is going to be like. I just can't wait. But we have so long. And I'm going to add, so that what I miss and what I'm looking for are the 2 things. I'm going to add what I'm grateful for. And I'm so grateful to have a healthy strong little champion growing inside of me. God, I'm so grateful for that. So that's my grateful for this week. I'm going to come up with a new one every week. Anyway, that's it. This video is way long enough. So I'll update you again in a week. Now that I'm feeling better, I have some capacity to do my videos on time. And happy Halloween to everyone. I hope you're all having a fun weekend. I am on the couch watching scary movies because that's about what I have the energy for. And that's it. Yep. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for sticking with me.